Let's try that again. Hello everybody, my mic is now working. We got the Elgato for some sound. We got audio switched to my headset. Got that all the way up. Alright, how is everybody doing? Primal Dialga raid? What? Oh, Primal Dialga. I understand the Dialga raid now. I was just like, yeah, I guess we had Dialga and Palka raids not too long ago. Hello. Welcome. This is the second stream in a row I've gotten raided and had no idea what's going on. One of these days I'll get it down, I'm sure. Yeah. Especially if you do live streaming and make videos that are scripted and recorded, because sometimes you need to get just video a playthrough and don't want to record your voice, and then you go to stream right after that and you forget to turn your mic on. It's a whole mess. But usually within the first 30 seconds I remember the mic's off. Hey, thanks Zims. Yeah, I literally just barely started like 10 minutes ago. Just got through my basically opening credits, if you want, if you will. Finishing up a few last minute evolutions and going after Iron Boulder and I believe Iron Crown. Hey, well thanks so much, Primal Dialga. Right off the bat, I'm going to send a trade to myself. I need to trade Evolve Seadra here. We'll get that one out of the way right quick. Team all new Paradox Pokemon. Hello. Hello, Ultimate Rifter Unleashed. Ooh, speaking of that, I need to do a thing. I need to edit a video real quick while I'm trading. Okay, we are going to trade Dooms for a moment. No, what am I doing? I need to train Seadra, trade Seadra. Wait, get back to my diamond painting and watch Total Drama Island. Hey, there you go. That's a good one. It's been a minute. Then again, it makes sense. I mean, with your username is Zim's Bay, like, I imagine that's a Invader Zim reference, and those two shows were on Toonami around the same time. Oh gosh, that was a good channel back in the day. Yeah, it's a shiny Torchic. And oh, there we go. Yeah, so I run trade bots on my channel quite a bit. So this is one of my bots that's set to trade out Torchic. So that's what that's all about. Now I gotta wait for Seadra to evolve. And good luck, Brock's channel. It's an Invader Zim reference. Love it. That will be done here the last week of January, first week of February there, Ultimate. We'll get it done eventually. I'm just not in a big hurry to do it because Blaine's just did it. And after I get my Iron Crown and Iron Boulder, I'm going to switch back to Pokemon Scarlet for some shiny starter egg hunting, Masuda method style. It's going to take forever. I would outbreak hunt them, but like too many of them have self-defeating moves, and I hate that. Better late than never. It's King Po. Is King Po a Zelda reference or a Dragon Ball Z reference? Just got to edit my stream real fast, and then we'll be on our way. Perfect. Done. From years ago because of the red Teletubby. Did not see that coming. None. The red Teletubby. Oh, right. I need to use a sticky apple on you. I don't have a sticky apple. Well, that just won't do. Yeah, he was popping around here for a minute. Ah, well. Hopefully, it's good workout vibes, I guess. I just hope to finish what I'm doing quickly so I can get on to the main event of actually shiny hunting, because I've gone on a few too many detours the last few days for what I wanted to do. I'll buy one. I'll buy like 12. Please. Can I just say, and like I say this pretty much every stream, the D-pad on the Switch controllers is total garbage. Also, somebody was saying in my stream the other night that cran grape juice from Ocean Spray is the bomb, and they're right. Like, it's delicious. Okay, what Dragon Cheer? And there's our Hydrapple. Fickle Beam. I like how it has like the original Applin thing on its horn. Like, I think Hydrapple is like one of the coolest Pokemon ever. Like, it will never not be on my team. I guess I have to place you over here somewhere. Probably right there will do. Okay. We got some leveling up to do. I believe just 2 of these lines should be enough to get me my Pokedex completion I need. I'm only a few Pokemon short. Actually, I might not even be short anymore. Took some Pokemon I caught from Scarlet, put them in home, transferred them over, all that fun jazz. So now I just need to evolve a few of them to get 200 in my dex, and I can get the Violet exclusives and finish off my Scarlet dex. And that's what we're after today. Gotta finish off that Scarlet dex so that we can get another Pokemon that isn't in the dex. No, screw synthesis. Okay, so here's a random question that I just thought of, and while we have nothing better to do. They made Charizard X, which is a Mega Charizard. It's a Dragon type. They made Sceptile's Mega Evolution Dragon type. Given this event, would it not be logical to conclude that 1 out of every one of the starters would also get a Dragon type if they too received a Mega Evolution? And if that does track and make sense, Which starter for each generation would you think gets the dragon type? Because, like, I'm personally rooting for my boy Totodile, right? And in Gen 4, none of them really make sense. But I think I would have to go with Torterra. Like, none of them make sense to get dragon, but if one of them was to get dragon, Torterra would be, like, my go-to. I just don't think Empoleon embodies that. Gen 5, Snivy would definitely be it, even though I detest Snivy's existence. I think Snivy would be the logical conclusion to turn into a dragon, given that it's already a snake. Gen 6, I can't remember if the starters... No, the starters didn't have Megas in Gen 6, because they were already new. As a Mega. What else? What else would work? Gen 7. Incineroar doesn't work. Primarina would be super funny. To get a dragon typing as a Mega, just because it's already a fairy. Just loses the water type altogether and turns from a fairy to a dragon, or something like that. And then, yeah, Skeledirge. Skeledirge would definitely be the go-to for dragon for Gen 9. And Inteleon would be the logical conclusion for Gen 8. Yeah, I'm glad that we're basically in agreement there, Brock. That's super funny. Okay, well... Oh, that was a potion. I was like, how... What just happened with that rare candy? I don't understand. You came up with some fake mon starters? Oh, yeah. So I was talking the other day. I want to finish my C++ class, and I want to program red and blue in C++. If somebody can do it on their own in a year in Minecraft, I'm pretty sure I can handle doing it on a computer not in Minecraft, using C++ instead of assembly. That having been said, like, I want to create the entire base game of Pokemon Red and Blue, and then I want to turn around and, like, remove everything Pokemon from it, redo the maps, just use basically the language and everything, change everything else, Pokemon, and whatnot, and just put my own images over top of it and basically make my own Pokemon game. So there will be a point in the future where I am looking for 3D models or pixel models for Fakemon. That's an interesting concept there, Brock. But, like, I say Fakemon, but really it wouldn't be Fakemon, because, like, my entire purpose with it would be a Pokemon knockoff would be a better word, just like its entirely own thing. Because the thing that I don't understand is why, like, Coralmon and Nexomon, like, diverge so much from the Pokemon formula. Like, they're obviously their own thing, don't get me wrong, I understand that. But I feel like they could have done better than they did if they would have borrowed more from what was already working. I mean, Pokemon's always it's got its thing, but like if they would have made it just a little bit more similar in some aspects, I think it could have done really well. Also, I still need to devote some time to play those games on stream. That fire starter sounds pretty cool. Like if I did this like Pokemon basically knockoff, I would focus more on the world creation and the lore because I really like lore in games. But Pokemon has so much going for it. It has so much possibility, and it lets me down almost every single time. Like, the reason why I feel that Gen 3 and Gen 5 were so widely loved and popular, despite their individual issues, is the world building. You went in, you talked to everybody, there was problems, there was things going on, but there was lore to uncover. Like, there are 3 legendaries that you can completely miss altogether just by not knowing what to do, and better yet, not even finding them. Like, there's an entire possibility that you go through the game and don't even notice that these caves are accessible at some point, or that they're even, that they should be accessible. When you pass them, like, oh cool, a rock, whatever. I mean, it looks weird, but whatever. And then eventually, if you do enough exploring, you unlock the locking mechanism. And then you're like, okay, what are these things? We got Registeel, Regice, and Regirock. And then there's Deoxys, which was a whole event. And then there's Jirachi, and like, the people of the world are aware of their existence. And I think Pokemon did really great with Legends Arceus. I think that's why that one was so popular, is because we got to see the lore. We got to see the world get built and destroyed, basically. And then we have Paldea. And, we have Generation 8. Generation 8 is so disappointing to me because it's just shoving a new phenomena down your throat in both of these games. This game does a little bit better. Don't get me wrong. Like, this game, to me, is a lot better than Generation 8 because it starts to go a little bit deeper with no bad guy, right? There's no big bad guy that's trying to destroy the world. I mean, there's a scientist that's dumb, but there's no big bad guy destroying the world using these legends. It's like, no, we only hear rumors about these. We are discovering these Pokemon. Like, Terrapagos, this is the reason why terrestrialization is possible. Like, this is the thing. And I think that's really cool. We get to see why the world is working the way it's working. And there is a dead set explanation for terrestrialization. We know its cause. It's a Pokemon. This Pokemon just has an overwhelming amount of power and energy. Now, what we don't get is, in Generation 8 with Eternatus, an explanation for why Dynamaxing works. Why these beams of energy come out of the earth. We get that Dynamaxing is caused by Eternatus, and these Dynamax shards were pieces of Eternatus that they used to, like, bring him back. And he has an overwhelming amount of energy that's causing the Dynamax. But, like, Terrapagos is pretty much in the center of the Paldea world. Like, you go down an elevator forever to find the cave where this Pokemon resides. It makes sense that these crystals are growing from the center of the earth, radiating their power upward. What we don't understand is why Eternatus' power, which rains from the sky, essentially, is coming from crystals in the earth. And maybe there'll be something in the future that connects Dynamaxing and Terastallization and Z moves and Mega Stones. Maybe they're all like essences of the same thing that are leading to something bigger, and I sure hope that's the case, because like I would like more lore to tie everything together, because that's how my brain works. But if I was to do a Pokemon knockoff game, it would focus on how things work, why things work, because it's really something that bothers me from the get-go. In Generation 1, our entire purpose is to study the evolution of Pokemon. What bothers me about it is we're doing this Pokedex deal, and it presents it like these Pokemon haven't been discovered before. Like, we are discovering the Pokemon that can be available in the Kanto Prefecture and Kanto region. And we have a list of how many we need to find. I like that Pokemon Legends Arceus was like, hey, we don't know how many there are. You have to go out and find them. Like, we don't know what lives here. And that was a great element to the Pokedex. Create the Pokedex. Professor Oak has us study evolution. Well, he doesn't have much to report on his findings at the end of the game. Like, our studies don't progress the narrative for why we set out to catch all of the Pokemon, to study evolution. We don't get any answers. You know, Generation 2, we study eggs and all that. Pokemon Evolution Part 2, we get a little bit more answers, but not why they evolve or whatnot. We just basically complete a compendium more. And then I think the first 4 games focus primarily on evolution, and it's not until the later games where it's like, okay, well, we're focusing on Z moves. Well, in Gen 7, we still don't know how Z moves work. Also, hello, Lagia. Also, I love the idea of a platypus being a regional Pokemon. Like, I think that is very much needed, and I can't believe we don't have a platypus Pokemon yet. So, I think the greatest box legendaries ever are Ho-Oh and Lugia, because they had absolutely nothing to do with the story. Like, Generation 2, the legendaries were not pivotal to the story at all. They were completely optional characters that you could go in and interact with. Team Rocket wasn't trying to steal them. You just happened to find them, and I think that's something that's sorely missed with the Pokemon series. We don't need the legendaries to be the center focal point of every game interaction. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that we get to ride around on Co-Rhydon and Miraidon the entire game, but I think that's greatly outweighed by the fact that it's not alluring, it's not a mystery to go and capture them due to some reason. You don't get to find them in the wild, and it's very lackluster when you find the one that you are able to catch. It's like, well, okay, I kind of saw that coming, I guess. There's no mystery to go and find them. Now, the 4 Ruinous Trio, that was kind of cool, but if you do the quests right, it tells you where they're at verbatim, and you just have to go and unlock them. There's no discovery there. Do you know how crazy it would be to have a Pokemon region based on Greece and Rome? Like, the creatures alone, and so help me if we don't have a Fire Bowl Pokemon that evolves into a Minotaur for a Greece region game, like, Pokemon needs to stop making Pokemon. Yeah, Gen 1 legendaries, you just find them. right place, right time. And like completely optionally as well, you can go through Seafoam Islands and miss Articuno. Technically speaking, you don't even have to go through Seafoam Islands. You don't have to go through the power plant. And if you don't go through, I mean, if you go through, shoot, what's it called? It'll come to me in a second. Victory Road. If you go through Victory Road correctly or incorrectly, you will find Moltres. The game is going to guide you there naturally. Lugia's movie slapped, basically. Hey, KC. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the box legendaries usually come at the end of the game for obvious reasons. Oh, we still have people from the raid popping in here? Nice. I think I've seen one of Primal Dialga's videos pop up on my feed before. I'll have to go back and double check though. Like, it's not... Like, the name definitely is super, super familiar. Like, I know I've watched a video at some point. Good news is I think these are the last 5 I need to evolve. Well, excluding Cyndaquil, because I couldn't find another one. Yeah, basically. Yveltal and Xerneas are just batteries for the ultimate weapon. I mean, Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf were also basically just batteries in a way. Their energy was siphoned to create a leash, of all things. A red chain. Groudon and Kyogre were directly used to alter the landscape, or at least to attempt to. Oh. Dialga and Palkia were directly used to destroy stuff. Yeah, Lenny. Hopefully that chat wasn't too long ago. I just barely noticed it. Yes, I am trying to complete the living dex on this one. I mean, I'm going to be short Cyndaquil, but mainly I was trying to get to 200 so that I can go and get the Iron Pokemon so I can transfer them to my Scarlet game where the dex is already complete. And at this point, I'm probably wasting more time than I need to doing this, because I already passed 200 like 5 evolutions ago. Who contested their own argument? Surely it wasn't me. I'm assuming that you're going to be referring to Brock's channel there. Oh yeah, I mean, CC Lenny, eventually I need to finish getting my 3DS modded for screen capture. Like, I have the card in there, I just wasn't able to solder it correctly because I'm not that good at it. I need to send it to the guy to get it done fully. I want to do a live stream of all of the Pokemon games, Gens 1 through 7 on the 3DS, and just go through actually completing the living decks. It's definitely doable. I've done it once before, kind of twice before. Like, I've 100% of the decks for Red and Blue probably 5 times, Gold and Silver probably 3 times, Ruby and Sapphire about 5 times, Diamond and Pearl twice because I don't like those games. Generation 5 I've completed the Pokedex 3 times. 6 I've completed it 1 time just because I've only played through Generation 6 once. And Generation 7 I completed it 1 time and I don't want to do it again, but I'm going to have to. But yeah, it takes so long to finish it. It's a lot easier now that they have Gens 1 and 2 on Virtual Console, and you could transfer them directly into Bank, leaving you less Pokemon to transfer from Gen 3 up. But let me tell you, finishing the Pokedex on Generation 3 was the greatest feat in Pokemon ever. And you would think that it would be harder to do now because there's more of them, but no. Completing the Pokedex for Generation 3 on the Game Boy Advance was the hardest. You needed like no less than 6 games to do so. 7 if you wanted to do it the easy way, but I think it's technically doable with 6 different games because there's, I think it's either Fire Red or Leaf Green is not needed in its entirety due to some small carryover in the exclusive Pokemon. And it's wild. Like, you have to beat Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. You need either Fire Red, Leaf Green. You need at least one of those. I think it's Fire Red that you don't technically need, but it could be Leaf Green. But you need Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. You need all those games, and then when you complete that dex, you have to painstakingly transfer them up to Generation 4, which involves catching them again, and then you have to trade them up to Generation 5 and capture them again. Not to mention, from Gen 3 to Gen 4, you can only do 6 Pokemon at a time per day per cartridge. I have a lot of chat I need to catch up on. Oh, okay, I meant for Brock. Minimize the legendary's involvement in Gen 6 when it's been like that on all previous gens. Yep, definitely. I can't imagine that Mochi Mayhem DLC is going to be too terribly long. Like, I think it'll be over in a matter of like 2 hours tops. Like, I'm thinking like an hour and it's gonna be done. Well, one thing's for sure, Gen 6 has more lore than Gen 7 and 8 combined. Ooh, that's a good point, Lagia. Your box legendary isn't really involved until the end in Gen 5. But like, Gen 5's lore building behind those legendaries is so wonderfully delicious that like you can excuse the game for not. Like, that's the entire point of the legendaries, is they weren't known and now they're showing up and basically choosing sides for the second time in history. They are forced to choose sides. Okay, I need some semblance of a team. We'll grab Dooms. We'll grab Hatsume. We will grab Empoleon. And we will grab Tweaky. And these guys are going to be coming with me into Pokemon Home. Okay. I am finally ready, 50 minutes into the stream, to go and capture Iron Legends. Iron Legends, oh my gosh. Iron Crown and Iron Boulder. Hey Mikoa, welcome. Played Black once before it got stolen by a former friend. Okay, here's the deal with Pokemon Black and White. I have to play Pokemon Black. I do not enjoy playing Pokemon White. I don't know why. But Pokemon White's legendary is far superior in my mind. I will take Zekrom 1,000 times over before I take a Reshiram. Like, allegedly, Reshiram is competitively better than Zekrom, but I think Zekrom's design is so much cooler. I can't speak for its Kyurem fusion combination, but as a base design, Zekrom is so much cooler. Got another Zekrom lover, I love it. Oh, nobody's arguing that Xerneas and Yveltal weren't disappointing. Like, don't get me wrong, Brock. Like, personally, I think Xerneas and Yveltal are trash legendaries. But the argument that they just show up at the end and therefore makes them trash is erroneous and not a good argument. So, like, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, they're trash. But the argument for why they're trash should be that, well, their design isn't that great. Their lore isn't that great. We don't find out a lot about them throughout the game. And then they just show up at the end. Whereas other games, while the legends do still show up at the end of the game, we get lore leading to them throughout the game. Like, for example, imagine we weren't, like, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, right? Imagine the events of the game such that we did not go to the lakes. We didn't go to Lake Variety. We didn't go to Snow Point. We didn't go to, you know, Lake Acuity or whatever its name. We didn't go to those 3 lakes. We didn't see Team Galactic kidnap those Lake Guardians. We just happened to run into all 3 of them inside Team Galactic's headquarters somehow, and they're there. We don't know where they came from. We don't know how they got there. We only know that they were being used for scientific purposes for something. That is the equivalent of finding the legendaries in Gen 6. Like, I get that. That is terrible game design and storytelling. That doesn't mean that they're unlike any other legendary in the game. They just don't have any story or build up to them. We just happen to find them. Hey, thanks, Redvaldo. That means Beetle should yell at me here in about 30 seconds. Hopefully that dissertation made sense. It made sense to me. Xerneas was a VGC menace, definitely. Xerneas does have its good points. Like, when I say that Yavatul and Xerneas were trash, it's as a duo. Yavatul is the real trash king. Like, I haven't really met anybody that's super fun of Yavatul, super fond of that Pokemon. It's kind of just like, whatever. Okay, one of them was up high, and I have my suspicion that it's not going to be in the same place as the other one. It's not going to be in the same place as its Violet counterpart. I am in Violet, its Scarlet counterpart. But yeah, what's most important to me in Legendaries is the lore and the build-up, and Generation 6 definitely had lackluster, almost non-existent build-up. Like, I know I saw that one of them was up high, the other one's down on the ground. It was Tanky and Stolly, yeah. Come on, Cobalion's gotta be up on one of these ledges. Like, how dare he be on the ground? He deserves better than that. He needs to be majestically standing at the top. I feel like Cobalion, Virizion, and Terrakion got more lore as sub-legendaries than Yavatul and Xerneas got as main box legendaries. And that's probably true for the Reggie trio, Latios and Latias, the legendary beasts. Like, there's just not a lot of lore. They're just kind of there. It's like, yep, this is the bringer of death. This is the bringer of life. Next. Okay. Now, right under the cliff. He's gonna be like right there, isn't he? One of them was up high, one of them was down low. Where's Terrakion? Oh. No, I can't. Can I? I can fly out of Area Zero now? What? Below the rock slide. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ironthorn. Got it. Alright, we're at the rock slide. I think this is Research Station Area 1. I didn't want to go in there, but I guess we're gonna find out. Already way past it. Oh. That's a place. How long has this been here? Oh, hello. Found it! Any hot takes about Pokemon that I have? You know, I'm not sure if I have hot takes on any Pokemon. I could sure give it some brainstorming and see what I come up with. Wow, they actually hid these ones. I don't like Iron Crown. Like, what did they do to you, my boy? Although that move's kind of cool, not gonna lie. Hot takes on Pokemon. Oh yeah, for sure there, Casey. I agree. We'll see. I mean, I don't think Iron Boulder can be as bad as Iron Tusks. Hey, Brock, that one is a hot take for Gen 1ers like myself, okay? So, Brock says, one hot take is is that some Pokemon should remain extremely rare, like how you had to fish in the Safari Zone for a Dratini. Nowadays, you can literally catch Pokemon that used to be rare with no effort, okay? Do you know why that is, Brock? That is solely because Generation 1, 2, and 3 players spent literal hours in Generation 2 and 3 just grinding those Lapras and Dratini eggs because Lapras's Pokedex said it was almost extinct, so we went on a binge effort to repopulate the Earth by breeding Lapras and releasing the eggs into, you know, the hatched eggs into the world so that there would no longer be Lapras as an endangered species. We fixed that. You're welcome. I think the Scarlet ones were super easy to find because they were literally just at the bottom and top of a waterfall on opposite sides of the canyon. Those ones are super easy. These ones, I wouldn't have found them without the chat. I also didn't pay attention to the photos either, so like that probably wasn't doing me any favors. But I'm glad you were able to find them really easily. Also, like, I don't know what this Cobalian's beef with a heavy ball is, but like, it ain't it. Oh yeah, I only glanced at those for a second. I was like, I know exactly where that is. I mean, after chat had said, by the way, they're all in Paldea, I was like, oh, yep. Still big sad that they can't be shiny. Like, I'm convinced that they made the legendary Pokemon not shiny so that when they do raids for them, they can be shiny. Like, I would imagine we get shiny raids for them eventually, like some of them, and it's incentivizing us participating in online battles and raids. Okay, Blissey and Chansey kind of makes sense to be a little bit miffed about, because there's no Pokedex reason for why they're rare. Aside from, it's possible that while native to Kanto, And in that region, they are just more rare in that region as opposed to Sinnoh, for example. You know, and it kind of makes sense in that regard. So, Kanto Johto, they're like, okay, Chansey and Blissey exist. We know this. Maybe because they're so rare, they don't see them breed very often. That explains in-game, to an extent, why Happiny had to wait until Generation 4 to be discovered, because it's a generation where Chansey is less rare. There's more of them around for them to find out these things, potentially. You had to watch a video for Violet. Okay, so based on y'all's description, I think I know exactly where Terrakion is. I'm just struggling to remember how to get there, and I think I just found it. So it's down here over by the slab, and I'm guessing it's in a similar location that we find that one rare Pokemon. Other side? So not under that slab. That's research area 0 or 03. Oh, below Research Station 2, jump off the mountain and it should be below the Fallen Rock Bridge. Me? There's a Fallen Rock Bridge? Oh. Oh, that thing. That slab. Now, what Pokeball should I catch that thing in? What in the Metagross looking Volcanion is this? I am so glad I didn't look at pictures of these beforehand. These are pretty terrible. Like, this is a Metagross looking Volcanion Haxorus mofo. If that doesn't make it into a clip, I don't know what will. Ooh, I better get my false swiping out of the way before he kills me. Hey Lagia, before I make my next move, does this thing have self-inflicting damage moves? I guess we're gonna find out. I don't feel like it does. I feel like if anything, it's got something similar to Retaliate. Okay. Heavy ball, not so much. Kind of feeling the level ball. Quick ball could also work. Silver and yellow. Premier ball could work. None of them really match. Whatever. What Mimic said, only struggle. The boulder has been captured. Well, isn't that special? Well, time to save and never touch this game again. That took you a slew of Ultra Balls. It's the game making up to me for me, like, literally chucking 500 or more Beast Balls at a Miraidon, Co-Rhydon the other day. I hate the Safari Zone in Gen 1. I hate that one so much more. I feel like we've all ran into a green Chansey in the Safari Zone. Like, I know for a fact I ran into a green Chansey in Safari Zone and via Red Leaf Green. Alright. Goodbye, Miraidon of questionable origin. Hello, Miraidon of Beast Ball origin. Oh wait, where am I at? Oh yes. I mean, I might as well put them into bank, because they're not going to do me any good in Violet. Groovy. Where I feel like I need to move that one into this game. No. I should have a Hydra Apple already. I should have one of those. I can get behind that Lagia. Gen 3's Safari Zone, like, object is terrible. Not hacked shiny either? Well, that's good. That would be lame. Oh, do I not have Dipplin? Clefable. Okay, I know what happened to that one. Got some shinies, okay. Yes, I do have Hydrapple there. But what I no longer have is a Dipplin. I must fix that for the decks. Oh yeah! I found a shiny Trico the other day. That was pretty dope. We're just gonna put that over here. Triceratops Entei would have been way better. Oh, I do have a Dipplin. It's all good. All right. We're like an hour and a half in. Time to shiny hunt some stuff. Should I continue my Mudkip hunt, or should I switch to Totodile? I think I have one hacked Pokemon in my entire collection that I like actively retain, and that's a Hoopa, because I think I missed all of the original events for Hoopa. Now I did catch it in Go and I just need to transfer it over, but I've been kind of holding out that with this generation they're going to give us another one. Okay. We're just gonna mash that on over. Oh, yeah, no worries there, Brock. The storm already knocked out my power the other day. Well, earlier today, I should say. I could have sworn. Oh no, I didn't. I did not evolve all those. I evolved only the final forms. I spend way too much time organizing my boxes for absolutely no good reason. And it has been brought to my attention that I accidentally evolved too many of those. This one was only supposed to be not that. Oh well. I need to go find another Poplio eventually. If there's a shiny Pokemon that I could redesign, which would it be? Right off the bat, I would say Regice, because screw that thing. If you're wondering what I'm doing at this juncture, it's condensing down my boxes so I can have more organized egg shinies. Okay, that one's my raid one, and therefore it is not real. This one is my real shiny gold dingo. That took some brain power. I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? That is just a Lapras. Okay. We're ready. Shiny hunt away. Hey, catch you later, Mimikyu fan. I would turn Regice either white or black. Probably white or like totally clear. Make it more of a mirror. Less blue, more white, silver. Because I think Regice should be... I think it should be clear. Oh my gosh, I love blue Zoroark. Where do you suppose the best place to run wild and free in this area is? I'm inclined to go to the beach, because the Pokemon there I could easily avoid. It was a good place to run around. I didn't have to worry about things hidden in grass. I'm inclined to go for Mudkip, even though I've already shiny hunted the Mudkip because he's my boy. Hey Brock, you have a good one. I was gonna head around to the side of the beach to shiny hunt. I found this area to be quite nice because it's full of Slowpoke. And they're easy to avoid. And I have enough time to shiny hunt with one sandwich. I don't think it's going to be very effective. Now, what is the egg sandwich recipe? Creative mode. I want to say it's something absurd. And I want to say it's red onion. Hey Borkua, welcome. Now the question is, did I get the egg sandwich right? Hey, I got it. Although I feel like that would have been equally the same if I would have done. Whatever, doesn't matter. The sandwich is only needed to get eggs. It doesn't matter if it's a water sandwich or not. Right? The only benefit to having a sandwich during egg hunting is that eggs appear faster. It has the shiny factor has no merit, no benefit or weight on it. Yeah, I'll probably be done streaming by the time, like when the sandwich runs out, unfortunately. I might be able to extend it for a half hour after that to hatch the eggs. But I have to get up at 8:30 tomorrow for a doctor's appointment. Get to go with the wife and see how baby is growing and developing. That and I've been up since 6 in the morning. I'm kind of dead. It is getting pretty late. It's like it's 1:30 here. And while I am trying to sleep for 6.5 hours, it gets late pretty fast. Oh, in that vein, I was finally able to officially start my class today. So, like, as you know, Casey, I had started my class. I had my first actual class on Thursday. And then on Saturday, well, I guess Friday, they said, hey, you can see your lessons for the week. It's like, okay, that's cool. What about the assignments? I didn't have access to the assignment platform until today. I was able to get all of week 1 assignments done in day 1. And tomorrow, that was while I was at work. Like, I was at work doing my job in multitasking with doing the programming assignment for week 1. Got them all done. Tomorrow, my goal is to be through week 3 by the end of the day. Because I have a feeling that come week 4, well, really week 6, it's going to start getting a lot harder. And I want to have as much time to work on those weeks as I possibly can. So if I can get ahead, I'm going to do so I have more time to work on the big projects. And nobody's trying to do that at 2 a.m. Yeah, it is okay. I can work out quietly at 2 a.m. Land of Fun Known Wonders. Welcome. Sorry I didn't see your chat there for a minute. It got sandwiched in between 2 of my bot posts. Wake up, make eggs. Whew. Now for level 3 sandwich, they're not producing very fast. Part of me wants to have a science experiment Now, you would think that given the laws of reproduction and all that, if I came in here with 5 female mudkip and 1 ditto, that eggs would appear 5 times as fast. I want to know if the game has the science in place to make that happen. Oh no, Casey, it wasn't buried in yours. It was a Twitch chat. And I'm horrible at checking Twitch. And if Borikua is still here, or Borika, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that. I believe my Mudkip is also in a love... No, mine's in a Dream Ball. I put mine in a Dream Ball. Had to get the pink ball in there. Never been a huge fan of the love ball. Oh, and Casey, yes. Haxorus's Cyan Shinies. That would be great. Just like Axew. I remember getting an Axew. I actually egg hunted one. Out of spite. You saved your Dream Ball for Blood Moon Ursaluna. Ooh, there you go. I caught my Blood Moon in a Moon Ball. I will be right back. I'm going to fill this up with water while the egg basket fills up. I too use the Moon Ball anytime that I can find a reason. Oh, it's got yellow on it. Moon Ball. Oh, it's got black on it. Moon Ball. Oh, it's got blue on it. Heck yeah, Moon Ball. It's got moon in its name. Moon Ball. Yeah. Love the Moon Ball. You know what I don't use the Moon Ball for, though? Pokemon that evolve with the Moonstone. I think I'm going to be catching my, or I guess hatching my Greninja inside of Moon Balls, now that I think about it. But hey, now that the Dex is all completely done, and I only have like the Peacharunt event to do, I am now full on board the train to get shiny Pokedex created. A shiny living Dex. Of course, I'm going to have to egg hunt all of the starters because I want them in specific balls and they self-destruct. Other than that, I'm going to have to start using outbreaks and sandwiches to get the rest. Yeah, there's no color coordination there. Like, Most of the moon evolutions are pink. Right? Clefairy? Pink. Wigglytuff? Pink. Arduino? Doesn't evolve. Musharana? I think uses the Moonstone? Pink. Nidoking? Pink. Nidoqueen? Blue. I feel like I might have missed one somewhere in there. And if I did, it's a really stupid obvious one. Yep, Nidoking, Nidoqueen, got them. Wigglytuff and Clefairy, Clefable, whatever. Oh, I feel like there's two more. Because those are the 4 in Kanto, and then more get added throughout the game series. Okay. Real talk. It irks me to no end that you can't use a Moonstone for Umbreon. Unless they change that this generation. Because I feel like I saw somebody use an Eevee and a Sunstone to get an Espeon, but that might not have been a mainline Pokemon game. But yes, Eevee should evolve into Espeon with a Sunstone and into Umbreon with a Moonstone. Or a Dusk Stone. I would accept either. Like, I feel like the only reason why that isn't the case at this point in our lives is because in order to get a Sylveon, you have to evolve Eevee with a fairy type move while it loves you or something like that. Or maybe it's just Eevee with a fairy move. Which is baby doll eyes. But it's stupid. Sun Shard, Moon Shard, and XD. Yep. Okay, maybe that's what I am recalling. Also, Pokemon Coliseum is the reason why I love Umbreon and Espeon so much. Like, in that game, Espeon's attack power is through the roof, and Umbreon's tank ability is amazing. Yeah, otherwise you get Sylveon. So is Sylveon friendship based, or is it just the fairy move requirement? Oh, affection plus fairy move. Then they mix friendship and affection, so now you have to delete. Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, the GameCube games were amazing. Pokemon Coliseum is still hands down one of my favorite Pokemon games. Some would say that Pokemon Coliseum is not a mainline Pokemon game. I beg to disagree, because it is required for the Pokedex. Skitty, that's right. Skitty and Delicati, which guess what? Is pink and purple. I knew it was something obvious. Like, I feel like I was feeling like there was a Moonstone evolution introduced like every other generation. Oh yes, Mirror B. Amazing. The double Ludicolo swag. I wonder. Ha ha ha, yes. She has done it. Now the question is, do I have sound on my stream? Desktop? No. But we're about to. Let's do us all a favor and turn that down a little bit. This is Glitch City, just in case you guys didn't know. Who didn't harvest an entire box of Jirachi? I was hoping for more of the Ludicolo dancing song, but this works too. Do 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 do. I still need to return back to my Jirachi shiny hunt. I just need a day off to do it. Like, it needs to be an entire project. I know, right? Just a little shuffle. So there are a few Pokemon 3D animations from that game that are just permanently etched into my head. One is the Ludicolo dancing. Another one is Hitmontop's little swing dance move he does, like with his left foot forward, left foot back, right foot forward, left foot back. You know, he just does this little staggering sidestep type thing. That's in my head. And there's a Pokemon... I can remember the animation, but I can't remember which Pokemon it is. But it gets hit and it goes spinning out of control. You have two shiny Lotads in your boxes right now in honor of them. Yeah, that Brazilian dance thing, yep. Yeah, it looks like it's about to do some capoeira and just like spin into a triple kick on its top. Like, I constantly have etched into my head Umbreon getting attacked with anything and just like bowing its head down and extending its paw forward and just like leaning back, tanking the hit. Metagross doing its little backflip and then like looking like it's gonna Mega Horn something with its Poikinoit. Or I guess that's Metang that does that. It does a little backflip and looks like it's gonna hit you. Yeah. Like, I want to say it's Shuckle. I feel like very strongly that Shuckle was in that game. Oh yeah. I think we need some new Hitmon evolutions if we're being honest. Like, we got boxing and we got kicking. Like, I was never sure if Hitmonlee was a kickboxer or if it was supposed to represent karate. I feel like they might have been here earlier. Music was goated for the Battle Revolution. I don't recall that game very well. Oh, my headset's down. That's what the problem is. Alright, Pokemon that could have had a spinning animation when getting hit. Fortress, On a side note, Ab, Miltank's attack animation was awesome in Coliseum. Shuckle. Yeah, I feel like it was Shuckle that constantly was spinning out when getting hit. Metatite was freaking creepy. Let's just all get that out there. Yes. Wrestling would be great. Although, would it be more of a... It's not sumo, but a sumo one would be pretty funny. Judo, because judo deals with throwing, and I know throw is a judo Pokemon and sock is pure karate, so maybe that's why we didn't get Tyrogue evolutions specifically, but I think those would have been better than sock and throw, personally. But I think we need an MMA, or what's it called? Muay Thai. We need a Muay Thai and a Judo Hitmon evolution. You know, yeah, Machoke probably has the wrestling thing down. Embor got sumo packed. Yes, he do. Embor was definitely there. Wow, there's a Pokemon egg inside. I think I'm at the end of my sandwich. I might have like 2 more minutes left. Oh, I had 2 minutes left. How many eggs did I get? Yeah, I feel like I get 60 eggs per picnic basket. Oh yeah, Hariyama also got sumo. That's true, with its big slapping hands. But it's not a Tyrogue evolution. We need Tyrogue to be the embodiment of Kenichi, history's strongest disciple. You know? I mean, there could be quite a number of them, right? Because Hitmonchan is the defense for some reason. Hitmonlee is the attack. Hitmontop is balanced attack and defense, but there's whole avenues of, okay, this one's health, this one's speed, this one's special defense, this one's special attack. Special attack and special defense don't really make sense, but there's HP and speed that can be taken into consideration as well. Urshifu is single strike and rapid strike. So, like, I don't know if you guys have seen History's Strongest Disciple Kenichi or not, but like, what are they called? think I might have found my answer. But, oh, a ninjutsu or taijutsu for speed. Okay, for speed, it would have to be taijutsu. For ninjutsu, I think that would have to fall under special attack. A Hitmontop is a balance, like it has to have completely equal attack and defense. I can't find the other name for yin and yang. But I'm pretty sure one of them is Ashura. Oh, it's because I'm pronouncing it wrong. That's why I can't find it. But either way, to answer your earlier question about what combat style is Urshifu, the single strike would be the Path of the Shura, which prefers single strikes full of power, more of a one power move, whereas its antithesis, its opposite, would be the flowing strikes, very light hits combined to do a lot of damage, but would mainly be used to immobilize and incapacitate as opposed to anything else. Alright, so I will have to end the stream here. It's been about 2 hours. There may be one tomorrow evening where we actually get to hatch some of these eggs. As often as time permits, I will be filling up these boxes with these mudkip eggs because I definitely believe it's going to take quite a few to find a shiny mudkip in the rough. As you can see, I mean, I've already done 5 boxes of mudkips and still haven't found anything, so definitely want to get a bunch more boxes that I can just devote time to and hatch on stream. Hey Lagia, you have a great night as well. You too, KC and Borakua. Still didn't figure out if I was pronouncing that name right or not, but yeah. You guys have